Good morning and welcome to our Weber County Commission meeting, the first one of 2025. It's January 7th, and we appreciate those of you who have joined us here in the chambers today, Gary, and all those who have joined us online, and we welcome those of you who may join us online another time. Glad to have you interested in what's happening with your local county and politics here. Our Pledge of Allegiance, Commissioners, we'll get right into it. Our Pledge of Allegiance will be led by our Fair Manager, Weber County Fair Manager, Ms. Ashton German Wilson, and then our invocation this morning will be given by our Chief Civil Attorney, Mr. Chris Crockett, if he's still here. Chris, you still here? If not, we're going to have Duncan, we're going to have you pitch hit on that one, on our invocation, and then our thought of the day, I'll go to there. If you'd all please rise.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Our dear, kind, and gracious Heavenly Father, we're so grateful for this day. We're grateful for this opportunity that we have to come together and deal with issues of our community and our county. We're grateful for the moisture that we have received. We're grateful for all the many blessings. Heavenly Father, as we go throughout this day, we ask
Recording in progress
on the commissioners that they might be able to lead and direct this county in a positive manner, that they might be able to make the decisions that are necessary to help us continue to thrive here. Please bless us with more moisture that we might be able to sustain our pastures, lawns, gardens. Please bless these things in the name of thy Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, Duncan, for filling in there. Well, Commissioners, you know what a wonderful experience it is in Weber County. Yesterday we turned over a new chapter. We had Leanne Hadley Kiltz, after serving for more than 44 years in the surveyor and recorder's office upstairs, she decided to finally hang it up. And what a phenomenal person. Just she was always a giver, always is a giver. And strangely enough, she said she's going to retire. Well, she's full of crap. Well, because she's not really retiring. She's going to go back to work for a local engineering firm a couple of days a week. And then we have another county treasurer, Mr. John Bond, who also, what a fine man. He exemplifies integrity, doing the right things for the right reasons. And you'll remember when we were thrown a curve by the COVID, and the way the federal government went the way they did with the CARES Act and the other funds that they threw our way. John Bond and a great team here who led that team so that we could appropriately put those monies where it would be best served for our county residents immediately, and also for generations to come. And then we got a surprise thrown at us. Another fantastic elected official, Mr. John Ulibarri, decided that he would accept a job with the Utah Association of Counties, helping them with the assessments over all 29 counties, not just this one, but the other 28. And so it just goes to show that those guys they're just doing a wonderful job. I don't think the county will have, or the citizenry will have, any more mix-ups between John Bond and John Ulibarri, because Linnell will be a new one, and we'll have a new assessor named here shortly, and that'll be great. We've got a great team, and a lot of the folks from the assessor's office are here today. You guys are awesome. We sure appreciate you. You do a wonderful job for us here. Wonderful. We trust you. We believe in you. We sustain you. We support you. And we appreciate what you do. Thank you for being here. Those are my thoughts for the day, Commissioners.
Good thoughts.
Item number E on our agenda is our public comments. They're only, we ask for comments related to things that are on the agenda today. We ask that you limit those comments to 3 minutes. For those in the audience that would like to come up and make comments, you can do that now. Are there any online? Hearing no comments, we'll move on to item number F on our agenda, which are consent items. Commissioners, the first one is a request for approval of warrants 104-100 through and including 104-132 and 488-624 through and including 488-693 and 409 in the amount of $849,602.19. Item 2 is a request for approval of purchase orders in the amount of $332,975. And item 3 is a summary of warrants and purchase orders. We'll go to that point with Mr. Ricky Hatch giving us an explanation of those, the breakdown of those, if you would, Mr. Hatch.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We issued 44 purchase orders this week for a total amount of $333,000. 59% of that amount, or $196,000, is for the library, and those are open POs for building maintenance and supplies. 41%, or $137,000, is for property management, and that is to purchase a Caterpillar compact wheel loader. As far as checks, we issued 104 warrants this week for a total amount of $850,000. Just under a third of that amount, $272,000, are sales tax dollars that went to the 2700 West Road project in West Haven. 12%, or $101,000, is for the jail to buy software maintenance, culinary supplies, utilities, and building maintenance. 10%, or $85,000, is for the Golden Spike Event Center to purchase a mini excavator and pay utilities. 9%, $73,000, is for the ice sheet for HVAC improvements, as well as utilities, concessions, and equipment maintenance. 7%, or $57,000, is for the library system to purchase books and materials, as well as building maintenance and utilities. And then 2 items at 5 to 6%, about $50,000 each. IT for software maintenance, telephone costs, printers, and copy machine maintenance. And then for the building inspector department for contracted services. The top 5 vendors we paid this week are the City of West Haven, $272,000, Wheeler Machinery for $74,000, Rocky Mountain Power for $48,000, West Coast Code Consultants $43,000, and Long Building Technologies Incorporated for $40,000.
Thank you, Mr. Hatch. Commissioners, any questions regarding any of those?
None.
None for me, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Concerning item 4 on our agenda, according to Mr. Brandt, it's become necessary to hold those items for number 4. So we'll do the approval of those minutes in a subsequent meeting. So if motion's made, please hold item 4. Item 5 is a request for approval of a contract by and between Weber County and Backcountry Horsemen of Utah to handle the parking for the 2025 Weber County Fair. Item 6 is a request for a contract by and between Weber County and Matt Drake for MC services for the 2025 Weber County Fair. Isn't it refreshing that we're 8 months away and we're already doing this? That's good business. Item 7 is a request for approval of contract by and between Weber County and Animal Cracker Conspiracy to have roaming performances at the 2025 Weber County Fair. Item 8 is a request for approval of the contract by and between Weber County and Great Basin Antique Farm Machinery to have antique farm equipment displayed for the 2025 Weber County Fair. Item 6, a request for approval of the contract by and between Weber County and the Utah Youth Rodeo Association to host and sponsor the Utah Youth Rodeo Association Finals at the Golden Spike Event Center. And then that's also for the fair. Item 10 is a request for approval of a contract by and between Weber County and the Utah State University to hold the 4-H Livestock Showmanship Show at the Golden Spike Event Center. Item 11, a request for approval of the contract by and between Weber County and Wooden Creations to have wood carving demonstrations performed at the 2025 Weber County Fair. That concludes our consent items. Are there any questions regarding that? We also have Miss Ashton Wilson here, if you have any questions regarding those things coming up for the fair.
None for me.
No questions, I'll entertain a motion. Remember to hold 4.
Move to approve consent items F 1 through 3 and 5 through 11.
Second.
That works. Place that motion for vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Those consent items, except for 4, have now been approved. Thank you. My favorite item for this agenda is item number G1. You know, I'll tell you, Commissioners, 8 years ago, in fact, 8.5 years ago, I remember having a discussion with some of the former commissioners based on the way they were doing business at the time. One of my criticisms is they were not rotating the chairmanship of this body. And it was right after after June, and you know what takes place in June in those years. And that was immediately taken care of, which I was glad to see, and we're going to follow suit with that, continue today. I've got absolute, and so I'm going to take a privilege as the chair. I'd like to make a motion, Commissioners, that we appoint as chair of this Weber County Commission for this year, Commissioner Sharon Bolos, and as vice chair, Commissioner Gage Frohr. Then I'll open that up for discussion.
I'd be happy to second that, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Commissioner Bolos, any discussion before we just kind of railroad you right in on this?
A comment, if I might, Mr.
Please.
Chair.
Yep.
So I appreciate the work of this commission. I think that we've proven over the past couple of years since Commissioner Bolos has come on that we all bring to the table a little different background and environment, but that's, in my opinion, been very helpful for the citizens of Weber County. We bring in city experience, county experience, and a little bit of state experience. It all comes into play on how do we best manage this Weber County Corporation for the betterment of all of Weber County, not just a portion of it. So, and I'm excited to see Commissioner Bolos take over chair. She's really proven to be a team player, and I'm excited to see her in that position, Mr. Chair.
Great, me too. I'm going to make this a little different. It's not necessarily a roll call, but I want to make sure that it's heard for generations to come what we've done today. So, Mr. Brandt, I'd like to encourage, I'm going to ask you to call the roll on this one for this vote.
Roll call vote for appointing Commissioner Sharon Bolos as chair and Commissioner Gage Frohr as vice chair for the Weber County Commission. Commissioner Frohr?
Aye.
Chair Harvey?
Aye.
Commissioner Bolos?
Aye.
Wonderful. Well, It's no better time.
I know why you have so much faith in me, because I'm really good at signing a lot of papers, which is really the only difference, right?
Is it okay if I stay on this side? Yeah, why don't you stay right where you're at? Oh, boy, I feel liberated already.
Boy, you just lighten your lullaby.
Wow, this is great. Boy, you got a lot of stuff. It smells better here than
And I
than
can't
over.
spread
There you
out
go.
like I used.
No offense, I just,
Well, thank you. We will. It's okay. You don't have to keep going on and on. Item 2, G2 on the agenda is the discussion on designation of Dee Dee Kimber as the individual responsible for discharging the duties of the Weber County Assessor in accordance with UCA 20A-1-5082A3C, effective January 3rd, 2025, until a replacement is appointed. The presenter is Lauren Thomas.
Good morning.
morning.
So I just want to explain kind of the code requirements for filling this vacancy in the assessor's office. And as mentioned, Dee Dee Kimber has been said to be the temporary manager, is what we call that. So code requires kind of 3 things when a vacancy happens. The first one is in regards to appointing a temporary manager. And so once the vacancy happens, the commission has to notify the party of the outgoing elected officials party, that there is a vacancy. They have 10 days to let them know. And then there are 30 days after the commission notifies the party where the party will then make or choose an individual who they will present to the commission to fill this vacancy. So in that meantime, though, we have potentially a 40-day window where we need to ask someone to be the temporary manager. And in this case, Dee Dee has been asked to be the temporary manager. And so she'll take that, and then the party, sorry, this is really confusing code. The party will then submit a name, and the commission will go ahead and appoint an interim replacement until 2026, when it will go back on the ballot. So I'm happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for Ms. Thomas?
No questions for Ms. Comment.
Done for me.
Ms. Thomas?
Comments?
I've
I
got
feel one coming.
full confidence in one of the leadership things we've learned is it takes a great leader surrounds himself with people that can take his place, and Dee Dee's a wonderful choice.
I agree.
So I've got no reservations whatsoever.
I agree too, and just to clarify, Lauren, I asked the question about an action item on this item, and it's not an action because the action is actually done by the assessor.
Yes, so it's not a formal action that's required, and thank you, I did not talk about this, but the assessor is able to, by a letter, notify the clerk of an individual that they would like to fill the position during this time, and yes, Dee Dee's name was placed for that, so thank you.
I will say if it had been presented to us, it would have been approved unanimously. So thank you for accepting that. We look forward to working for you, or with you for the next short term at least, so appreciate your willingness to do that. Item 3 is a request for approval of Resolution 01-2025 of the County Commissioners of Weber County appointing trustees to the Board of the Ogden Valley Park Service Area. Ms. Stacy Skeen.
Good morning, Commissioners. I received notice from the Ogden Valley Park Service Area that they had 4 positions that were expiring December 31st of 2024. And so I posted the notice in accordance with state statute. I received several applications that you have before you, and I'm just asking for your recommendation and appointment to these 4 positions.
Thank you. Commissioner Farrar, I think you have some thoughts on this.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. So how many applications did we have, Stacy? Remind me again.
9 applications. 1 ended up not being qualified.
Got it.
So
Okay.
you have 8 to choose from.
So I'm prepared to make a motion on this, Madam Chair. So I'm going to move to table 01-2025 till a future meeting for the following reasons. Number one, we've had, as we've heard, 9 applications. I've had a number of people contact me that expressed interest or expressed an opinion on this. And quite frankly, I just haven't had the time over the holidays to do complete due diligence. I want to make sure this is vetted properly. I want to make sure that we put together a board that's going to abide by county statute and state statute. And quite frankly, I haven't had the time to vet this the way I feel that we should put the proper individuals on this board. So my motion is to table.
Okay, I have a motion.
Second with the comment.
Sure.
I too, with everything going on, it's just, I need a little more time to vet, to do a good job, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I have a motion and a second. All in favor, or do you roll call on this? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. So, Mr. Brandt, now do we shift these numbers down? Okay. Item 4 is a request for approval of what is now Resolution 01-2025 of the County Commissioners of Weber County appointing a trustee to the Board of the Green Hills Water and Sewer Improvement District. Ms. Skeen.
With the Green Hills Water and Sewer District, they had a member, Jean Brill, who is resigning midterm. So I posted for the vacancy. I received 1 application that you have before you from William Lydell, and I'm just asking for a recommendation to appoint him to the board to fill her midterm position to expire December 31st of 2025.
Any questions or comments?
Not on this one.
If
This
none,
is
I'd
kinda
entertain a
easy.
motion.
Madam Chair, I'll make that motion. We approve 01-2025 with Ms. Brill.
Sorry.
No. William Lydell.
With
With
William
Miss-
Lydell.
Mr. Lydell, to replace Ms. Brill.
Right. He
Thank
was
you.
the only applicant that I received, so.
Okay, motion.
And I'll second that with opinion. I just, Ms. Brill has done a great job. She's been on this board a long time, and I'm fairly familiar with that district up there. And she's done a great job in making sure that information, communication was done fairly. So I'm happy to second that Mr. Lydell will do a good job.
That's great. I have a motion and a second. Roll call?
Roll call vote for Resolution 01-2025. Commissioner Faur,
Aye.
Commissioner Harvey,
Aye.
Chair Bolos.
Aye. Motion carries. Item 5, request for approval of Resolution 02-2025 of the County Commissioners of Weber County appointing a trustee to the Weber Mosquito Abatement District Board of Trustees. Ms. Skeen.
So Commissioner Harvey has been serving on this board, and his term expired December 31st of 2024. And I received a letter from the Mosquito Abatement District to either have Commissioner Harvey continue serving or appoint another commissioner to take his place. So just looking for recommendation or reappointment.
Commissioner Harvey,
Position.
are you interested in continuing?
I'm happy to continue serving.
Madam Chair, I'm happy to make a motion that we appoint Commissioner James Harrison Harvey to that position on the Mosquito Abatement Board, which would be Resolution 2-2025.
I'll second that. Roll call?
Roll call vote for Resolution 02-2025. Commissioner Harvey,
Aye.
Commissioner Faur,
Aye.
Chair Bolos.
Aye. Motion carries. Item 6, request for approval of Resolution 03-2025 of the County Commissioners of Weber County appointing trustees to the Powder Mountain Water and Sewer Improvement District. Ms. Skeen.
So the Powder Mountain Water and Sewer Improvement District had 3 positions that expired December 31st, 2024. I received 4 qualified applicants for the position. You have those applications before you, and I'm just looking for you to appoint 3 people to fill those terms to expire December 31st, 2028.
Madam Chair, if I may,
Please.
I'd like to make a request that, for the same reason of item number 3, we hold just so I can do a little more due diligence on that.
Motion to table
And I'll second that.
and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, item 7 is a request for approval of a contract by and between Weber County and bullfighters only to produce bullfights during the 2025 Weber County Fair. Ms. Ashton Wilson, welcome.
Yes. So I want to say this will be the 4th year we will have them back. And I'm just looking for your guys' approval. We're going to do it Friday night like we have been doing. And they have, I think this is the 3rd year they haven't increased the price either, which is awesome. So yeah, just looking for your guys' approval.
That's great, thank you. Any questions for Ashton?
Not for me.
It's with full confidence that I make a recommendation, a motion that we approve this contract presented by Ms. Wilson today.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry.
I got that.
I know you do.
Item 8, request for approval of the contract by and between Weber County and Broken Heart Rodeo Company for production of the rodeo at the 2025 Weber County Fair. Mr. Duncan Olson, welcome.
Good morning, Commissioners. As you can see, Ashton has been very busy with all of our fair stuff, getting all of our main entertainment done. Really excited that we're really ahead of the game at this point. This current one is for the rodeo. I deal with that just to keep the separation between Ashton and Broken Heart Rodeo and make sure that we're above board on that. And so this is just our normal fair rodeo, same that we've done the last several years.
Any questions for Mr. Olson?
No, none.
Entertain a motion?
Madam Chair, I'll make a motion we approve item 8G8 as listed and presented.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion
Thank you.
carries. Thank you. Okay, back to Ms. Wilson. Item 9 is a request for approval of a contract by and between Weber County and Cowtown USA for a petting zoo at the 2025 Weber County Fair.
Yes. So we actually had these guys last year. We had 2 petting zoos, but rather than doing 2, we're going to do this petting zoo that was new last year, and then they're going to do their whole setup. So they've got a giant steer and the pony rides and all the classic classic petting zoo stuff. So we're excited to bring them back. They're actually from back east. The gal that we've had for years and years, she is retiring from the industry, and so this gal's kind of picking up on these Western fairs. So we're excited to bring them back.
This is the highlight for my grandkids.
Good, good.
Any questions?
Madam Chair, if I may,
Please.
motion to approve the contract between Weber County and Cowtown USA for a petting zoo during the fair.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion
Motion
carries.
carries. Thank you. Item 10, it's okay. We'll get there. Request for approval of a contract by and between Weber County and Stern Dirt Racing to have the demolition derby at the 2025 Weber County Fair.
Yes, so this is actually a 3-year agreement. Johnny's been very straightforward with us to say that he is planning on retiring as soon as possible. But this 3-year agreement, I've worked with Liam to put some verbiage in there that he's got to give us so many days' notice, and he's promised Duncan and I that he'll help us as much as he can when that day comes. And so we're excited to lock him down and, you know, keep him as long as we can. But we know that that his retirement is going to be soon. So I think we've covered all our bases in this agreement, but we certainly can find another demolition derby producer, but it won't be the same. So we're not looking forward to that. But this takes care of us for at least another year or two, hopefully 3.
The contract is for 3, though.
Yes. Yeah, but with that, we've got that clause in there that
Right.
if he ends up deciding to do sooner. So it's all taken care of on that end.
Great. Any questions for Ms. Wilson?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. So if he decides to sell his business in that package business and someone else buys that, he could sell the contracts, or the contracts would go with it, and he could potentially stay and help the Weber County work with the new person who owns the business to put on the fair, and then we can see how that goes. And
Yeah.
but he said as soon as possible, so that could even be this first year, couldn't it?
I have a feeling we have at least 2 more years. I'm hoping to get 3 more, but I think he's planning on this year for sure.
He's
without
a
it.
young man, and so, but maybe there's other extenuating circumstances.
He's always on some extravagant vacation. Yeah.
Madam Chair, when you're ready, I'd be happy to
Ready-
make a motion
Ready for a motion?
that we approve this contract that's been vetted, not just by our fair team, but also by legal for the Stern Dirt Racing for the demolition derby for the fair.
I have a motion
Second.
and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 11, request for approval of a contract by and between Weber County and the TSE Entertainment to have Tyler Braden perform at the 2025 Weber County Fair.
Yeah, so Duncan and I have actually been working on this. Tyler Braden is a name you might not know. He actually just released a new song, so we're hoping it's one of those situations where it takes off and it's popular for the summer. And so we're excited about this one too. We're still up in the air on whether we're going to charge for this or not. We're going into it planning on not, but it's all going to depend on what happens with popularity and things like that. So we're looking forward to this one.
That sounds great. Any
Yeah.
questions on this one? If not, I'm ready for a motion.
I'll make a motion, we approve the contract as presented by Ms. Wilson, G11.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. And finally, request for approval of a contract by and between Weber County and Fuel Marketing for negotiation services for media buys on behalf of the 2025 Weber County Fair.
Yeah, so this is one that I'm really excited for. With everything that happened last year with the previous marketing company, we had to kind of, at the last second, deal with a marketing company that just handled our buys. We finished everything that was incomplete with our girls that are in-house. So we kind of are going to go down that road. So the Fuel is actually just going to handle the media buys. We're planning on doing everything in-house. We've kind of got our branding already lined out, which is exciting. And as far as I've been over the fair, we've never had it done that soon. So I'm really excited to not have to wait on certain projects based on a company. It's all in-house, and so we have complete control over it. So we're really excited about that. These guys, we went through, they're actually on state contract, but we kind of went through a similar process like you would with an RFP. We met with several companies, and so we're really excited to get the ball rolling with them. So it all hinges on this, and then we're just going to go with it and have. I'm really excited because I get so much of my time is dictated by doing this stuff and handling it through July and June, and so if that stuff's knocked out of the way, I can focus on other things that don't get nearly as much as attention as they need. So I'm excited about this one.
That's really great. I think you're
Yeah.
going to find a big benefit, and great job to your team last year for kind of stepping up at the last minute. That was a big deal, I know, and you guys did a great job, so
Yes,
thank you.
Thank you.
Any comments or questions?
Oh, Madam Chair, but if you're ready, I'll be happy to make a motion.
Please.
That we approve this contract by and between Weber County and Fuel Marketing for media buys for the fair.
And I'd be happy to second that with the comment.
Okay.
And, without hesitation, I know this is in Commissioner Harvey's portfolio. I just wanted to give congratulations to Ashton and Duncan. Is he still in the room? It's great to see these contracts come this early in the year. In the past, sometimes we haven't seen those, but this just lends itself to another great experience coming in August for the citizens of Weber County, another great Weber County fair. So I just appreciate Commissioner Harvey overseeing this and the due diligence that you put forth in the Golden Spike Arena out there to make this happen for the citizens.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you so much. Item 13 is a request for approval of a contract by and between Weber County and CCI Network Services for installation, activation, and 3 years of Utopia Internet service for the new CJC facility. Mr. Scott Mendoza.
Good morning, Commissioners. Thank you.
Morning.
Morning.
Commissioners, like you said, this is a contract between Weber County and CCI Network. This is the group that's going to supply all interview room cameras. There has been a slight change, well, not in the contract, but with the CJC in general, as far as the number of cameras they have in each interview room. They don't have one camera in each interview room anymore, they have two. So this contract is a result of that. They're going to supply all interview room cameras. They're going to manage and store all of the interview information and provide ongoing service to this whole system. So I'm just looking for an approval today, and we'll move forward with this contract.
Any questions for Mr. Mendoza?
No, happy to make a motion whenever you're ready.
Please.
I would move approval of the contract between Weber County and CCI Network Services for installation, activation, and the 3 years of Utopia Internet service for the new Child Justice Center as presented by Mr. Scott Mendoza.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Item 14, request for approval of a contract by and between Weber County and TVS Pro for the purchase and installation of AV equipment for the new CJC building.
Yes, thank you again. TV Pros, this is the group that's going to provide or supply the big screen and the projector in this new CJC's training room. They're also going to provide 2 large monitors in that room and a large monitor in the upstairs conference room. They're also going to install and help manage all the connections it takes to manage Zoom calls in that upstairs conference room. They're running all the cabling, all the communication lines to make this whole system work. So again, well, there's one additional thing I wanted to just mention with this contract. There's an ADA requirement, and what this company is able to help with to meet ADA requirements is provide some hearing aids, not necessarily hearing aids like you would imagine, but hearing phones. So if someone has challenges with hearing, they can go to the back of the main training room and they can take headphones and then they can log on to a system and it assists with hearing. So this is something that was added a little bit late, but we anticipated meeting all ADA requirements. So this contract includes that additional item, which we're happy to provide.
Great, thank you. Any questions?
No
Comments?
questions?
Looking for a motion?
I'd happy to make a motion, and you know, we always want to support those people that have hearing difficulties, not to be prejudiced.
Huh?
So I would move approval of a contract between Weber County and DSI for provisions and installations of the turnkey enterprise CCTV and door access system as presented by Mr. Scott Mendoza for the CJC building.
Commissioner Furr, you just read number 15.
Oh, sorry.
So
Let's go
wanna
back,
restate
let's
that
go
would
back
be
to
great.
14. I was ahead of myself. Between TVS Pro for the purchase and installation of AV equipment for the new CJC building.
Thank you. Do I have a
I
motion?
would, thanks for catching that. I couldn't hear him. I will second it.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. And last, request for approval of a contract by and between Weber County and DSI for provision and installation of a turnkey enterprise CCTV and door access system at the new CJC building.
Yes, Commissioners, this particular contract really deals with security for the CJC. This group will provide cameras which are interior and exterior. There's 3 each. The card readers that will help people into the building. And there will be a front desk alarm. If there seems to be an issue, someone at the front desk can push a button and it will signal for help from the local authorities. They're also going to run all cabling for iRecord. So this particular vendor wanted to contribute something to the project, just because, in their opinion, it's a very meaningful project. They wanted to do something a little extra, so they're going to run all the communication lines or the cabling for iRecord. So we were happy to see that they were more interested than just any typical vendor.
That's really great.
Yeah.
Thank you. Any questions on this one? If not, I would entertain a motion.
Madam Chair, I'll make the motion that we approve this contract with DSI for the CCTV and door access as presented by Mr. Mendoza.
And I'd second that. Also, I want to thank Mr. Mendoza for all the work he's done on the CJC building, along with the other projects we have for Weber County. This building really is a game changer, really for the state of Utah. I've been through it, as you have. And with all this audio-visual, boy, it just it's going to be a game changer for Weber County, and especially for the kids that unfortunately have to be part of that facility.
I appreciate those comments. I was going to say basically the same thing before I called for a vote. Thank you, Mr. Mendoza. This has been a big project, and I feel like we have been kept in the loop on every step of the way, and that's much appreciated, so thanks for your efforts. So with that, I will call for a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Item 16 is a request for approval of a contract by and between Weber County and Dr. Robert Groh for services as the medical director for the Weber County Paramedic EMS program. Mr. Eli Johnson, welcome.
Morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
So, yeah, this is a contract between the County Paramedic Emergency Medical Services Program and Dr. Robert Groh. One of the conditions of licensure to run this program is that the program is required to maintain a medical director and supervising physician to approve any of the procedures or drugs administered in the field by our paramedics and emergency medical technicians. Dr. Groh has been that supervising physician for the last 5 years for this program, has done a fantastic job. Got us through COVID. Last year was awarded the Physician of the Year award by the State Bureau of Emergency Medical Services, and we could not be happier to be able to renew a contract with Dr. Groh to continue to provide those services for our paramedic program.
Thank you so much. Any questions for Mr. Johnson?
No, but I noticed he brought his sidekick, Mike Slater. I wonder if there's any other test that he'd want to.
If the peanut gallery would like to stand up and throw, he's more than welcome.
Because I've got the hairdo of the peanut, probably. I've worked with Dr. Groh for a number of years. He's been a fantastic medical physician. He studied at Johns Hopkins as an undergrad at Harvard. He got us through COVID, as Eli said, and did win the Medical Director of the Year twice, one being last year. He is the primary physician for most of the fire departments within Weber County, so that continuance of operations is important to have the same physician running the fire departments as well as the county paramedic program. So nothing but good things to say about Dr. Groh and Eli for how he's managed this position. So
Thank you. Thank you both. Yeah, I'm ready for a motion.
Madam Chair, I'd be happy to make a motion to approve the contract by and between Weber County and Dr. Robert Groh for services as a medical director for the Weber County Paramedic/EMS program as presented by Mr. Eli Johnson. And just say, we've had some contact with Dr. Groh over the past number of years as we've talked about paramedic issues. And we're just very fortunate to have a man of Dr. Groh's caliber, experience, and expertise serving this position.
Great.
Again, it's another feather in the cap of Weber County to have a person of this caliber in that.
Sure.
Thank you.
I'll second the
I
motion.
have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, the motion carries. Thank you so much. Okay, item H, commissioner comments. We have a lot of attorneys in the room, so either we're in a lot of trouble,
Well, there's one who's rather impecunious, but we'll probably leave that for,
or maybe one of the attorneys is going to receive the Stall of Fame. Mr. Chris Crockett, can you help us with that?
uh-oh.
We only have 20 minutes left, okay.
I don't know if that's going to be enough time. Okay. Thank you, Commissioners. I am pleased to announce that the Stall of Fame for this month goes to Lauren Thomas. Lauren is one of our new attorneys that recently joined the civil team. And I cannot tell you just how lucky we are here. When she very first applied, as soon as I saw the resume and as soon as Lauren Schaefer called me, I knew this was a very strong contender. And when we had interviews, when all was said and done, Lauren beat out several attorneys who had years and years of legal experience. She is an absolutely fantastic member of our team, and she just, I've never seen someone progress so fast and work so well with departments. It is just an honor to work with her. I wanted to read a couple of things that her colleagues have said about her, if that's okay.
That'd be great.
And maybe I won't say who said them because I don't want to embarrass them, but maybe you can just, by the language that they use, tie it to their personality. Lauren has been a great asset to our team because of her willingness to take things on and learn what needs to be done. She always has a positive attitude and is very friendly, making it easy to interact with her. When I have seen her interact with clients, she has been respectful and has taken the time to explain things clearly so that the clients can understand their options under the law. Any guesses which one that one was? I truly enjoy, here's the next one. I truly enjoy working with Lauren because even though she is incredibly busy, she always has a positive attitude and a smile on her face. She is also very thorough and addresses every aspect of the legal issues she is asked to handle. Lauren's ability to balance her responsibilities with such grace and professionalism makes her an invaluable member of our team, and I am grateful to have the opportunity to work alongside her. Lauren is exceptionally patient, kind, and capable. She has unquestionably assumed her role in the county attorney's office without even flinching at projects and assignments that demand an abundance of legal research and a high level of tolerance for projects that would make the average attorney cringe. We kind of gave her the worst of the worst when she first came in. We gave her grandma. In fact, Lauren's ability to describe difficult projects and people as fun makes me smile. Lauren is a great asset not only to the Weber County Attorney's Office, but to Weber County as a whole. So I wanted to do something to commemorate this day, and actually point out one of the weaknesses that Lauren actually has, is that she is so good, she's really limited her future career options. The only way that I see her ever, the end result is probably going to result in a U.S. Senate confirmation for the U.S. Supreme Court. I see something great like that in her future. So I want to support her now and be the one I can go back and say, I called it. And I also want to be able to appear and testify before that Senate committee and be able to pull this up on official records and have that be included. So if, with your permission, Chair Bolos, I would like to present this and ask that it be accepted into the record.
Lauren Thomas, Stall of Fame, look at that.
Nice.
I hope there's a copy for Ms. Thomas. Perfect, great. Anything else?
No, but by law, you actually have to actually include that in the record now. I can actually cite to the code provision that will make
I believe you can.
So, and the last thing, Just to keep up with tradition, the last time one of our attorneys, Cortland, received this, we gave him his favorite food, and I find out what our attorneys like, and it turns out Lauren has a very strange penchant for different kinds of sauerkraut. So with that, I'd like to include that with the recognition. So thank you, Lauren.
Great.
Great.
Come down, Ms. Thomas, and we'll get a photo.
One last thing, Lauren does call us her older brothers, but I changed it to her 3 older brothers and Uncle
Great parking spot.
Come on. All of them.
Let's get up there.
Gotta have grandpa.
What a great support, and there were a lot of smiles out there while Mr. Crockett was talking about you, so that's great. Okay, Commissioners, any other comments?
None, Madam Chair.
If not, I would entertain a motion for number I, or letter I.
Motion to adjourn.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank